Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Another episode. A little different this time. Well, it's 3:30. It's -3. I've been out here for a couple hours. I got about another hour and a half left, and that's my half hour after sunset too, and I'm out of here, baby, with nothing to show for it. Again. Anyway, I'll try not to cry too much. It's been dead. Like, there's more life in a dead person than there is out here, okay? It is so severely dead out here. Even the last week, it is like hardly anything at all. Even with squirrels, there's not much for squirrels either. The odd, blue jay here and there, woodpecker pecking at a branch earlier. Heard something over there. Not quite sure what the hell that was. Heard something over there. Wasn't sure what that was, but I'm scoping the area, and there ain't no deer, I'll tell you that. So who knows? Maybe it's some black squirrels making noise like they always do. And when they make noise, those blacks and grays, they can sound like deer. It's kind of like, oh, that's interesting. And you get all excited, and you're like, oh, yeah, baby, now's the time. And then you find out it's a stupid squirrel. It's like, oh. I'm serious. You guys go through it too, right? So, I've learned a lot in the last 2 months of being out here. I've learned that deer eat when they want to eat, okay? And there ain't nothing you can do, even pre-rut, during rut, peak rut, or after the rut and the second rut are even over. You can't do a damn thing. There's no skill in this. It's called plain, blind, dumb luck. Think about fishing. Man, I've been fishing since I was 5 years old. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care how many fish you find on a sonar, they ain't eating squat unless they're hungry. And it doesn't matter what you put down there. If they're looking for it and they're interested, they're going to take a snack on you. And either they're going to strip your hook clean, or you're going to get a fish on and lose it, or get a fish on and get it in the boat. Okay? And if you're fishing off the dock, same damn thing, except you don't get a fish finder access that way. So, it is just dumb luck. There is no skill to fishing. Absolutely nothing. And if you think there is, well, you're delusional, okay? I've been doing this since I was 5 years old, as far as fishing goes. Hunting, first year ever, and let me tell you, I've tried following all the advice on the internet and trying different scents that are recommended for drawing them in. None of it works. It's all nothing but scams to take your money out of your pocket, okay? And besides, I spent like a couple $100 already on these deer estrus burning sticks, and all they do is help hide my scent. They're not attracting anything up here, and if they did actually work, man, we'd be getting buck up here left, right, and center, but they don't work. And there are still bucks that have not been killed yet that are down there in the field, okay? And ones that come in from over that way too. And there's a ton of doe still. We had a crap load of doe here last night. Of course, after hunting hours. Okay? It's like, you buggers. Like, can you not show up when it's time to die? We only get to take one doe and one buck. It's all we want, and we're out of here. You can have your forest back. Right? It's like, no. Anyways, and the last time we got a chance to kill a doe, because my buddy has his doe tag, we were getting ready to pack up early, because we were like, man, we're done freezing to death. Screw this. So we figured, we haven't heard a peep all night, we're done. Anyway, and that's when the friggin' doe showed up that night. 3 of them. 2 girls down below, and 1, bam, that's a big doe up on top here. And she didn't care. She probably knew she wasn't going to get shot, right? They probably heard us scruffling around as it was, thinking, oh, those jerks are going, we're okay. And then so she comes up, and she's like bigger than life, man. Like, you see a doe 14 yards from you, and you're like, is that a moose or a doe? Because that's a big doe. Anyway, we're scuffling around trying to get re-kitted now, and he's like, don't move. And I'm like, screw you. I want to see what's going on. And this big doe, It's like, holy cow, she's big. And Anyway, so he's setting up. I'm setting up to make sure, because where there's doe, there's usually a buck somewhere behind them somewhere, right? You'd think, because that's what we've been told, which turns out full of crap too. Anyway, maybe for some people, not for us. So anyway, he just starts to get his bow drawn back, right? Everything's going good. She's looked up at us. She knows we're here. She knows we're screwing around. I stared at her too, right? And it's like, ha. And so she goes back to eating. And then she looks up again, because we're still scuffling, getting things set. And then she's back to feeding again. So he's just going like this. And then all of a sudden she starts to quarter away. She walked away. She knew we were here. She knew what was going on, I'm sure of it. She walks away casually like nobody's business. Probably because she knew that as soon as she quartered away, we couldn't take a shot. Because shooting her in the ass is definitely out of the question. Okay? So, it's like, and then her and the girls, they came back at 12:30 that night. Nothing in between. 12:30 that night, all three of them were back. Right? It's like, oh, you know. Since that night, they never showed up again until well after hunting hours. Okay? Last couple nights in a row, 10 after 6. You can count on it like clockwork, right? And it's like, and I'm the only one out here in the last few nights. He hasn't been out. He's been too busy. And he's busy this week too, so I don't even know if he's even going to get any time this week. But I know for sure Thursday and Friday he's screwed, so hopefully tomorrow night he can get out before worship practice, but I doubt it. But I don't know. But we got to be out of here at 5:03. We don't have to be at the church till 6. So, but either way, I'll be out here again in the afternoon. But I'm only doing afternoon hunts right now, just because it's pointless otherwise. There's nothing after 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and even to the morning, like, you know, when hunt time would open, nothing's showing up. The camera footage doesn't lie. And so I don't even bother to come out here until, you know, about 7:15. And so, which is fine, because there's nothing anyway. And there's been nothing otherwise when I've been out here during the day in the last week. So I'm like, well, you know what, screw this. I'm going to just take some of the pressure off. Maybe that'll help bring them in more in the afternoon. It's worth a shot. So this is my first half day, and tomorrow I'm going to do another half day. And the next day, another half day. And that's how I'm going to work the rest of my season, because unless I see different footage on the camera that tells me I have a shot otherwise at a buck, there's no way. I'm going to just do the afternoons, because the rut is well and over. And what shocks me is the bucks right now, since the rut's over, they're looking for high-calorie food, okay? Basically junk food, stuff to put on fat, right? Because they lost 20% of their body mass during the rut. So they're looking for things like corn and molasses, corn and oats, corn and roasted soybeans. We got all that crap there except for the oat part. We got about 35 pounds of food down there right now, and plus a salt block. And I think only 1 or 2 does have even touched the salt block, and the squirrels. There was a porcupine here last night with a doe, and they actually ate together after the doe waited till it backed up. She ain't that stupid. Guess she knows something about porcupines. Oh, that's just our little squirrel buddy. But I haven't seen a grouse here since I killed the one grouse. And other than the one day I did see one other one since I killed mine. And he was over there walking that away. And it's like, get my arrow, switch it over, get up there, and it already walked away. It didn't fly, it walked, and it's like it went through a friggin' dimensional portal or something. It was gone that fast. It's crazy how fast they can walk. And but yeah, otherwise, when I've been out here lately, it's literally been dead. Like, we're getting a couple squirrels here and there. Yeah, the blacks and grays, they're keeping their distance, probably because they know Kevin wants to kill them. So I can't even get a shot off at a black or a gray squirrel. And I kind of gave up on the little guys because, well, put an arrow through one of them, they just explode like grenades, so there won't be nothing left of it. So nothing to eat there. But, so I'm using judo points, Anyways, so yeah, even the blacks and grays aren't giving me a chance at them. So it's like, well, I'll try for some grouse. No grouse around. Not even a grouse print. But there were bunny rabbit prints last night. There was the porcupine. He was here. And definitely a lot of friggin' does last night, according to the camera. There was a lot of does here last night. But it was after hunt time. So, anyways, and so far today I haven't even fired up the heater. My toes are frozen, my feet are frozen, my hands are cold. And it's like, I'm trying not to turn it on because I want to be able to hear, right? Because I heard something rustling around over there. And, but I got a feeling it's just squirrels because ain't no deer. I've been keeping an eye out. And there's something over there, probably another friggin' squirrel doing something. And, definitely no deer though, not even a hint. And it's like, okay, well, am I wasting another day? No, I'm learning lots. It's not a waste being out here. You learn lots just by sitting here. You know, how much your body can tolerate before you really need to turn that heater on. You definitely learn what's going on with nature at different parts of the season. You're definitely learning that, you know, and you also learn that, well, you're either going to get something or you're not. And because I'm going to be honest with you guys, the only thing that's going to attract any friggin' animals is food. You put out food, they come, but only when they want to. There's no skill to this, and all the attractants in the world actually don't work. Hunters think it does, but I'm telling you, I've literally been out here since day one of opening season. I gave up going even out with the guys for grouse hunting, and I'm sitting in here because I can grouse hunt here and I can hunt for my deer. And I've been out here every day except for 3.5 days worth, and even the camera footage told me it was a waste, so that was fine. But everything I've tried does not attract them in. Nothing. Post-rut, pre-rut, whatever you want to call the rut, second rut, no, none of this stuff works. So I think they know the difference between synthetic and real stuff. And the real stuff we're not allowed to use, so we got to stick with synthetics. So it's kind of like, well, whatever, it is what it is. But the food, they're only going to come when they're hungry. And they know where the food is. The bucks know where the food is. And we still got at least 2 out of 3 of those bucks that are still alive that we did get on camera. And, but they're not coming up either. I haven't even seen a buck since that last one showed up at 7:30 at night. And that was a couple weeks ago now. And no buck. And there are still does and tons of them here. And last night was amazing how many does showed up. And even one crack. We got the 5 and 1 crack deal, 4 and a crack, 3 and a crack, 2, 1, back to 5. I mean, it was a pretty busy night for the girls, but no bucks. And I'm like, geez, I don't know, like, but it's all at the wrong time. That's the problem, right? And so I don't know. We're probably both going to be eating deer tag soup this year. And if that's the case, that's the way it goes. Next year, we're going to have to find another spot to hunt either here or maybe just go to public land next time. You know, see what happens. Or if bear season isn't that bad next year, maybe we'll try our buddy's place again next year. I really don't know at this point. But this year so far has been a major, major bust. But it's not over yet. We still got just under 2 weeks, and we're going to keep going at it and see what happens. So there will be a few more videos at least. I'm just not doing these every day. So, but today's video is just this. And on that note, we're almost at 15 minutes, so I'm going to say to everybody, have a great day. And if you're out hunting, enjoy, have fun, stay warm. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.